Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday, and this is the clock, all finished, smooth, and I am totally digging this clock. This is unbelievable. If you can see how it sparkles, and it's just beautiful. So I'm gonna put you guys up here like that. Get you back into focus. And because a couple of people mentioned yesterday that there'd be a lot of dents in here because I use so much Resi Blast. I was a bit worried, but it didn't do that. It's as smooth as can be. The only thing that you see here is where the label was. So that's something, if you're going to do this, you got to get that label really off. And there can't be a little bit of residue left from the paper, because when you pour the resin on, it'll just come up. So you can see it right here. See that? That is the label. So really be careful when you're going to make these clocks, that you have every single fiber of that paper off. So I'm going to put it down here. Going to close the door because I can hear the door going. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm loading up my battery for my other camera, because I'm going to do the bigger pour on the black background. So I will be needing more space to do that. So I'll take off this big contraption that I have above my table, put my camera on a tripod, and then I'll film it from the side. And then it'll be better for you guys to see the overall picture, right? Before I go on with the clock, because I'm going to put it together, you see all the pieces laying here. I wanted to show you that what I expected. See, this is what came out of the cup. So it's all hard. Well, it's still a little flexible, but I sort of like that it's still a little bit flexible, because it gives me confidence that if I pour this on my canvas, that it'll work. Because I was afraid that it might, you know, just go cracking all over the place, and so it doesn't. And as you can see, you can just take it right out of the cup. Isn't that cool? And I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's some serious, beautiful stuff going on in that, in the resin. And see the drips? You can just take, look at that. You can just take it out. So these cups, if you have them, you can use them again. I won't, but you can. Let's see this one. See, it just pops out. And this one is beautiful too. Wow. Could do a lot of fun stuff with this. But I have to be careful, because I'm almost at the end of my resin. Almost. When I do the big pour on the black, I don't think I'll have any resin left. So I'll be ordering some today. And yeah, I'm hooked. I'm sorry. I never thought I'd say this, because everyone that has been following me from the early beginning, how many people have asked me to do resin? I think thousands. And I always said, no, I don't like it. It's sticky, it's yucky, I don't like the resin. I'm not a resin person. I can't get used to it. And look at me now. This one is totally awesome. That is so beautiful. This is the resin with the primary elements. This is so beautiful. Oh, I got a little bit of that silver on my gloves. Got to make sure I don't get it on my clock. So, as you can see, you can just peel it out. See, even these little drops, they just come straight out. So I'm going to do a little cleanup here. Oh, wait a minute, this one's cool. Oh man, I could do so many. Someone just said on my YouTube channel, they said I make fox opals with a little bit of gold in it, and oh, look at that. This is so satisfying to do. This is awesome. Okay, they said fox opals, and the thing is, I am a sucker for opals, because you all know I lived in Australia as a child, and I know how those stones are so Australian. You know, everyone there loves them. Well, I think everyone. But I'm gonna try that too. I have some molds, some cabochon molds that would be perfect for opals. And I am so going to do that because I have got so many tips from my viewers. Everyone gives me tips about warming up the resin before you pour it for the bubbles and all kinds of stuff. So I'm so excited to going to be doing that. Okay, let me clean this up a little. Now, what I did, oh, there's a little drops on here. Let's see, get them off. That's it. Okay, what I did, on the back, I don't think I showed you yesterday, but I just put some painter's tape on here. I just put it on like that, all strips, and then I cut it with a scissor to make it really smooth. And as you can see, for a clock, this is, I'm covered in paint. Okay, gotta fix this real fast. I'm messy. Okay, go away, gloves. And I'll get my little cloth and clean it off. Oops. Because we don't want that paint on there. So, got my little cloth, and I'm going to clean it. Oh, it comes right off, no problem at all. Making it even shinier. There we go. All cleaned. So, now putting the alcohol away, we're going to put it together and see how that looks. So, I have no clue how I have to do this, so if anyone knows exactly how to do this, please tell me. So I'm thinking I put in the washer first, then I put on the clock face, like that, I hope. Then I think I put on the little ringy thing, and then I think I have to put on the little screw. And we screw it from the back. Yeah, it's getting tighter. I could use a tool, but yeah, I got some tools. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we got to get this on tight because when you hang it, you don't want it to go around. I've had that before. Now, of course, we put on the, what do we do? The big hand first or the little one? I think the big one first. So we're going to put that on here. Oh no, I don't think so. Yeah, the little one first. Ew, this is very delicate. Or is it supposed to go that way? I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh no, it's on. Okay, that's number one. Then we put on the big one. Yeah, you gotta push it. And then we put on the second. That's it. Ooh, cool. Don't you just love it? I love it. Although I don't like the big red second thing, so we might look for some new ones, but this one I had, so let's put the battery in. Oops, I'm turning it as I speak. Shouldn't be doing that. Let's see if we click it in. Yeah, it's in. And it's working. It's working. Okay. Let's say it's 4 o'clock. It's not, but let's just say it is. Let's see, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I'm not even sure if you can do that. Or you have to do it like this. Yeah, I think so. It doesn't matter, but you get the feeling, right? This is beautiful. Now, what I was thinking, because then, you know, when I make something like this, it's so freaking beautiful. So I was thinking, when you do something like this, wouldn't it be cool if you had like, you have those little tiny cabochon molds. Do you know what I mean? I hope you do. Those silicone molds that you can put the resin in, but like little small little drops. What if we took a color out of this, but something contrasting, and you made like 1, 2, 3, 4 drops, and you put them on after you finish the clock. So you'd have the 3 o'clock, the 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And that would just add to the beauty of this thing. I think it's a totally amazing piece. And I'm totally hooked now on resin. I can't help it. And, you know, I don't know if anyone has calculated it, but it was 2.9 ounces. So just say 3 ounces of resin. So if someone can do that, the math, and say, let me know how much a clock would cost with 3 ounces of resin on it. Of course, you have to throw in the mica and the primary elements. But the thing is that I didn't use that much. You saw me put in like that little tip of a popsicle stick. There wasn't much needed to get this beautiful color in. So, boy. And I am so excited to do the big one. Okay, sorry to go on about that, but this is so beautiful. I'm not selling this. This is going straight into my studio, my new studio. I already found a place to hang it because I'm so excited about this stuff. Now, it didn't dent. Well, if you really look over it and you get a magnifying glass, you'll see maybe, well, just a slight indentation. But, you know, with a clock, come on, people, it's not important. It does not need a new layer of resin. It's just, you don't need it. So if you take off the label, like I said, and you leave no fibers behind, you can just pour it and that's it. You're good to go. And if you look at it, it is stunning. It is beautiful. It's smooth. Now, I've been reading the comments on YouTube, and I want to do just one. I think it's very important. You know, when you go on internet, you can find for every single product there is in the world, you can find a test that says it's crap. So there's one viewer who put a test on there where they're testing the yellowing of the resin. The thing is that I appreciate you putting it on there because I think it's important, right? Because we need to, everything I put on here, I do with 100% confidence that I'm telling you the right story. So when you put on a test, but the test is like a couple of years old, I think, well, okay, it's useful information, but for 2 years ago, not for this, because this resin is the newest thing they came up with. It's improved on all sorts of things, like mixing, the fumes, the yellowing, how it reacts with the resiblast, how it reacts with the pigments, you know. And that's why I said yes to test this, because I'm not going to be selling this, guys. I'm not selling resin. So I'm just doing this because so many people that watch acrylic pouring also do resin pours. So believe me when I say it is superior to anything I've ever used. So it's smooth when mixing. The primary elements go straight in. It's like instant. It just soaks it up. You get all these beautiful colors that I've shown you. This stuff, you know, the acrylic tint, Resi Tint acrylic ink. This is amazing stuff because you saw me do the tint on the background. So this is cool stuff. Then we have the Resi metal. That's about all the silver you see in here is the Resi metal. And the bluish silver is this one. So this is blue steel. This is aluminium oxide, but it's the silver one. So this stuff is just, you know, they created it and developed it so it just does its thing when you put it in the resin. And I find that very important. So, also what I'm going to do today when I mix up my new batch of resin, I will get some lids of, oh no, I'll do it in the cup. I'm going to pour like a very thin layer of resin in here with no color, and I'm going to take some of the other resin that I have, art resin. I'm going to do that too. Then I'm going to put a hole in it and I'm going to hang them in front of the window. My window on the back here has the sun on it all day because that's where my solar panels are. So I'm going to hang them up, and occasionally when because I'm going to be doing more resin of course, but occasionally I'll show you the yellowing of the resin. So we have to be totally honest, and that's for me that's very important. So what I've told you yesterday about everything, the mixing, everything, the smell, what it did to my eyes, it is totally 100% the truth. Because if this had burned my eyes like the art resin had, I'd stop. I wouldn't be doing any resin anymore because I just can't stand that. It's not that it's hurtful. It doesn't hurt real bad, but it just, you know, it's sort of, it's like when you're very, very tired and you get that feeling in your eyes, that sort of a really light burning feeling in the eyes. That's it. And if I have that when I'm doing art, I can't do that. It doesn't feel good, makes me nervous. I'm thinking, okay, what's it doing in my eyes? Because something's in my eyes. So I don't want to do that. And I promise you, with this one, the new batch of Mastercast, I had absolutely nothing. And my head was on top of it the whole time. So I was heating it up with the blowtorch. I was on it the whole time. Before I did the clock, I did the little one, which I tried to peel off. See that? There's still some Yupo on the back, but as you can see, you could punch beautiful stuff out of this, and I'm gonna do that too. But that's for later on this week. I'm gonna make some jewelry out of this. There are some really pretty pieces in here that I want to use. But I was on this stuff like the whole day, so if it had anything, fumes that would have irritated my eyes, I would have had it yesterday because I was doing so much of this stuff. But it didn't, and I didn't smell it, and I didn't, well, you smell something, but it's not the, you know, the chemical kind of smell. It was just sort of like a, I don't know, I can't place it, but totally not chemical-like. It was just like using, oh, I know what you can, when you open a box of pencils, you know how that, you smell some, that is the best smell ever. So when you open a box of pencils and you smell something like woody, sort of the pencil-y smell, sorry guys, but that it had a sort of a odor like that. So something that, an artsy odor, let's say that. Nothing chemical, absolutely not. So I'm gonna pack up now before I chat like half an hour and get all the comments. Why do you talk so much? But I just wanted to make that clear that I am totally 100% behind this resin. I love it. I really, really do. And I am now hooked, and I am going to become a resin artist. Okay, I'm gonna put this one up on YouTube because you all wanted to see me do the clock. And the other clock, I look at the difference. Now, of course, everyone was ecstatic about this one, but if you look at the, what? So I might put resin over the top because this is nothing compared to this. This is totally awesome. Okay, guys, gonna see you later, and with the big pour, I have to wait till my battery's totally full, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, see ya.